The Vikings, seafaring warriors and fearless explorers who changed history forever. From legendary raiders to heroic kings, these are the top 10 most famous Vikings of all time. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible videos. Number 10. Harald Hardrada, 1015 to 1066. Harald Hardrada, often called the last great Viking king, was a warrior, adventurer, and ruler who left a lasting mark on history. After surviving a brutal battle as a teenager, he traveled east and became a commander in the Byzantine Varangian Guard, earning fame for his military prowess. Upon returning to Norway, he seized the throne and ruled with an iron grip, expanding his influence through conquest and diplomacy. His ambition to reclaim the Viking legacy led him to invade England in 1066, where he met his fate at the Battle of Stamford Bridge. Despite his defeat, Harald's daring campaigns and relentless spirit embodied the Viking warrior ethos. His death marked the end of the Viking Age, as his loss paved the way for Norman dominance in England. Harald Hardrada's legend lives on as one of the greatest Norse warriors, remembered for his fearless leadership and larger-than-life exploits across Europe and beyond. Number 9. Bjorn Ironside. Bjorn Ironside, the legendary Viking warrior and son of the famous Ragnar Lothbrok, was a fearless raider who carved his name into history. Known for his cunning and battle prowess, Bjorn led daring expeditions across Europe, plundering France, Spain, and even reaching as far as Italy. One of his most famous feats was his siege of Luna, a well-defended city he tricked his way into by faking his own death, only to rise from his grave and unleash chaos upon the unsuspecting defenders. Bjorn's exploits cemented his reputation as a formidable Viking leader, earning him a lasting legacy in Scandinavian history. After years of raiding and conquest, he is believed to have returned to Sweden, where he established a powerful dynasty. His legendary adventures were chronicled in Norse sagas, and whether myth or truth, his name continues to inspire tales of Viking daring and ferocity. Number 8. Freydis Eiríksdóttir. Freydis Eiríksdóttir, the fearless daughter of Erik the Red, was one of the most legendary Viking women to set foot in the New World. As part of an expedition to Vinland, modern-day North America, she displayed extraordinary bravery when her group was attacked by indigenous warriors. While others fled in terror, Freydis stood her ground, allegedly grabbing a sword and baring her chest in defiance, scaring off the attackers. This act of sheer audacity secured her place in Viking lore as a fierce and unyielding warrior. Beyond battle, Freydis was also known for her ruthless ambition. According to the sagas, she orchestrated a brutal massacre of her own companions to secure power and wealth. While accounts of her life differ, she remains one of the most formidable and controversial figures of the Viking Age, a woman who embodied the fierce independence and resilience of the Norse explorers. Number 7. Ivar the Boneless. Ivar the Boneless was one of the most feared Viking leaders of the 9th century, known for his cunning military strategies and ruthless nature. Despite his mysterious condition, possibly a disease like brittle bone syndrome or a congenital disorder, he overcame physical limitations to become a brilliant tactician. As one of the leaders of the Great Heathen Army, he led devastating raids across Anglo-Saxon England, most notably orchestrating the brutal conquest of Northumbria and the capture of King Aella, whom he is said to have executed using the gruesome, blood eagle method. Beyond his battlefield prowess, Ivar was also a master of psychological warfare, using fear and intimidation to break his enemies before battle even began. His ability to adapt, outthink, and outmaneuver his foes made him one of the most dangerous Viking warriors of his time. Though details of his life remain shrouded in legend, his legacy as a ruthless and brilliant warlord continues to captivate historians and storytellers alike. Number 6. Erik the Red. Erik the Red was a fierce and ambitious Norse explorer best known for founding the first Norse settlement in Greenland. Born in Norway around 950 CE, he gained his infamous nickname due to his fiery red hair and equally fiery temper. After being exiled from both Norway and Iceland for committing murders, Erik sailed westward and discovered Greenland, where he established a colony in 985 CE. Using his charisma and cunning, he convinced many settlers to follow him, despite the land's harsh conditions, by calling it Greenland, to make it sound more appealing. Erik's legacy was not just in exploration but also in shaping Viking expansion. His son, Leif Erikson, would go on to explore North America, making the Norse the first Europeans to set foot on the continent. Though Erik himself never made the journey, his pioneering spirit and relentless determination helped push the boundaries of the Viking world. His story is one of survival, ambition, and the daring pursuit of new frontiers. Number 5. Sigurd Snake-in-the-Eye. Sigurd Snake-in-the-Eye was a legendary Viking warrior and one of the sons of the infamous Ragnar Lothbrok. His nickname came from a strange marking in his eye, said to resemble the Ouroboros, a symbol of a serpent eating its own tail. As a fierce warrior, he played a crucial role in avenging his father's death alongside his brothers, particularly in the invasion of England. After the brutal conquest of Northumbria, Sigurd established himself as a ruler in the Viking-controlled territories, helping to expand Norse influence across northern Europe. Sigurd's legacy extended beyond his military conquests, as he was also a key figure in Viking dynastic history. He is believed to have married a daughter of King Aella of Northumbria, the same king who executed his father, cementing his power through strategic alliances. His descendants would go on to shape the future of Scandinavian and English history, making him one of the most significant figures of the Viking Age. Number 4. Rollo, circa 860 to 930. Rollo was a formidable Viking leader who became the first ruler of Normandy in what is now France. Originally a fearsome raider, he led Viking fleets in relentless attacks along the Frankish coast, forcing the Kingdom of West Francia to seek a truce. In 911, King Charles the Simple granted Rollo land in northern France in exchange for his loyalty and protection against further Viking invasions. This agreement, known as the Treaty of St. Clair-sur-Epte, marked the beginning of Normandy, a region named after its Norse settlers. Despite his Viking roots, Rollo adapted quickly to Frankish customs, embracing Christianity and establishing a dynasty that would shape European history. His descendants included William the Conqueror, who would go on to conquer England in 1066. Rollo's legacy as both a Viking warrior and a founder of a powerful European state ensures his place among the most influential Norsemen of all time. Number 3. Gunnar Hamundarson. Gunnar Hamundarson was a legendary Icelandic warrior and chieftain known for his exceptional combat skills and tragic fate. Featured in the Njals saga, one of the most famous Icelandic sagas, Gunnar was renowned for his unmatched prowess with a bow, spear, and sword. His strength, agility, and ability to leap his own height in full armor made him a nearly invincible fighter. Despite being a fierce warrior, he was also admired for his sense of honor and fairness, often avoiding unnecessary bloodshed. However, Gunnar's life took a tragic turn when he was outlawed for breaking a truce in a blood feud. As enemies came to attack his home, he initially fought them off with great skill but was ultimately overwhelmed. When given a chance to escape exile, he famously refused, stating that he loved his homeland too much to leave. Surrounded and outnumbered, Gunnar met his end, cementing his place in Viking legend as a warrior who valued honor and home above all else. Number 2. Leif Erikson, circa 970–1020. Leif Erikson, the son of the famous Norse explorer Erik the Red, is best known for being the first European to set foot in North America, centuries before Christopher Columbus. Around the year 1000, Leif and his crew sailed west from Greenland and landed in a place he called Vinland, believed to be modern-day Newfoundland, Canada. The sagas describe Vinland as a land rich with natural resources, including grapes, which gave the region its name. His voyage proved the incredible seafaring skills of the Vikings and their ability to navigate vast distances across the Atlantic. Despite his monumental achievement, Leif's settlement in Vinland was short-lived due to conflicts with the indigenous peoples, whom the Norse called Skrælings. After returning to Greenland, he never made another voyage to North America, instead focusing on spreading Christianity in the Viking world. Though his exploits were largely forgotten for centuries, Leif Erikson is now recognized as a pioneering explorer, and his legacy is celebrated every year on October 9th as Leif Erikson Day in the United States. Number 1. Ragnar Lothbrok. Ragnar Lothbrok is one of the most legendary and famous Vikings in history, though much of his story is shrouded in myth and mystery. He is often depicted as a fierce warrior, leader, and king, known for his daring raids across Europe, including attacks on France and England. The sagas describe Ragnar as a man of extraordinary skill, with an insatiable thirst for adventure and a knack for military strategy. His most famous conquest was the Siege of Paris in 845 AD, where he famously demanded a ransom from the Frankish king Charles the Bald. Ragnar's legacy as a Viking icon has been cemented through popular culture, particularly in television series like Vikings, where his story has been dramatized and romanticized. Though the historical accuracy of his life is debated, Ragnar's legend has endured for centuries, with some even suggesting he was a composite of several different historical figures. His death, allegedly at the hands of the English king Aella of Northumbria, is one of the most iconic moments in Viking lore, with Ragnar reportedly thrown into a pit of snakes, becoming a symbol of bravery and the unforgiving nature of the Viking Age. The Vikings' legacy lives on in legend and history. Who do you think was the most famous Viking of all time? Let us know in the comments.